Welcome back to Football Friday. Hard to believe we've already finished 5 weeks of high school football.
5 quick weeks.
Almost seems like we kind of just got started yesterday. Yeah.
You certainly have just gotten started and jumped right in. We're glad to have you. So now it's time for the Alliance National Bank highlights. I know a lot of you are waiting for these things, and certainly good to check it out. So Jeremy, take it away.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. Well, to start things off for the Alliance National Bank highlight show, we begin with our game of the week, Woodland at Dalton. Now, a funny story, last week both of these teams went into the games undefeated, only they did not leave their games undefeated. Dalton, they won against Murray County in convincing fashion. Woodland, they lost their first game of the season 42-28 to Northwest. Now, the series is tied at 1-1. Now, the last time these two teams met was back in 1999 when Woodland edged out Dalton 35-34. They say the third time's a charm, but which team would be charming for that third game? Well, let's head out to Dalton right now and find out how that went. Harmon Field we go to. A good night for cooking burgers, and boy, that looks tasty. The Catamounts came out armed and ready to go, playing as a team, as a unit right there. Early in the first quarter, Dalton's punting already, and watch as Woodland's Alex Flores muffs it. Dalton recovers, scores a touchdown. Right? Wrong. There's a ruling that on a muff punt, the Dalton gets it where it was recovered. So now 6:30 left in the first. Keep your eye on Evan Hilton. He breaks free and goes down the sideline. 81 yards later, he scores, and Dalton is trailing 7-0. Now 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, and check out this amazing catch by Carter Crutchfield. He lays it on the line. First down, Dalton at the 17-yard line. They score on that drive to make the score 7-all. Second quarter, Dalton with a chance to grab the lead. Striker Brown tosses up a deep ball. So close, but yet so far away. 7:15 in the second quarter now. Dalton has a missed opportunity again. Mitch Townsend has the ball in his hands, but drops it. But Dalton's finally moving. Striker Brown finds Trey Bonds. A tough catch. Ball is at the 8-yard line. And that would set up this score from the 7-yard line. Shaquan Moore catches it, and he is in there easy. 14-7 Dalton. A minute and 15 left in the second quarter. Shaquan Moore. And this is a 2-yard touchdown run. Right up the gut, plowing through his defenders. 20-7 Dalton. The cheerleaders, they're doing push-ups and getting in good shape. And there's a man who you may have seen recently. That's our weather. Chief meteorologist Cedric Haynes. And congrats to the homecoming queen, Carter Patterson. Third quarter, Shaquan Moore grabs another one of his 4 touchdowns. 47-yard run, 27-14 at that point. Dalton, they go on to win this one, 36-14. Well, for our next game, we stay close by in the area. We head out to Murray County, where they were hosting Northwest, who, as I mentioned, handed Woodland their first loss of the season last week. Now, a funny story about Murray County, their head coach, Josh Lowe, he played for Northwest in the early 90s as an offensive lineman, and there he is trying to win against his alma mater. And we start things off as Drew Smith from Northwest leaps over a pile of Indians and then into a Murray County Brad Dillard linebacker. More Bruins here inside the far 5-yard line. Dean Haynes takes it himself into the end zone, 7-0 Northwest. Bruins get it back, but Murray County's Cameron Holcomb causes Dean Haynes to lose the football, and Murray County recovers it. Ethan Watson on the bottom of that pile. He had strep throat there. He recovered the fumble, though. Indians have it at midfield, but Austin Williams loses it, and Jordan Darnell picks it up and goes 46 yards for a touchdown. 14-0 Northwest. More Bruins. Drew Smith, he picks up a shovel pass and moves himself 27 yards for a first down before being forced out of bounds. More from the Bruins and more from Dean Haynes. This time from 35 yards out, he takes it himself, running head over heels into the end zone, 21-0 Northwest. And then it's Northwest Drew Smith again. He goes 47 yards down the sideline for a Bruin first down and a whole lot more. And after he would finally be dragged down, that would set up this Chico Shibuya. From 1 yard out, he scores his first touchdown of the year, 28-0 Northwest. Northwest, they'd go on to win that one, 35-12. Well, for our next game, we're going to head over to Calhoun, where now, get this, Hal Lamb and the rest of his team, they had an interesting situation last week. They had a bye, so they had to deal with a bad taste in their mouth from the loss to Cartersville, 17-7, the previous week. Now, for Coosa, they started out 2-0, but lost last week's game, so let's head out to the game right now. First quarter, Calhoun's Michael Johnson passes to Deshaun Printup, and he goes 50 yards down the sideline for a touchdown, 7-0 Calhoun. more Yellow Jackets, and more Michael Johnson. He takes it himself 25 yards into Coosa territory for a Calhoun first down. Calhoun again, and this time it's Dustin Christian who receives a shovel pass and goes 15 yards in for a touchdown, makes it a 14-0 game, and they weren't done yet. Johnson this time hits Andrew Fielding towards the sideline. He cuts back to his left and moves ahead towards the sidelines, 35 yards for a first down. And then it's Calhoun's Kedron Aker, who dangerously, now you're taught in Pee Wee League football, if you want to call it, don't reach over with one hand because it could get knocked over for a fumble, but it worked that time, 21-0 Calhoun. And then it's Andrew Fielding again. He takes it 35 yards in for his second score of the game, makes it 28-0 Yellow Jackets, and Calhoun, they go on to win this one, 51-12. Well, for the next game, it's Pepperell at Gordon Central, and both of these teams came into the game undefeated. So obviously someone had to get their first loss of the season today, and Chad Fisher, the Gordon Central head coach, said the Warriors, they'd have to come out and play pretty well if they wanted to knock out Pepperell. So how did the game go? Well, let's head out to Gordon Central right now and find out. Pepperell Dragon, he was having a good time, but Gordon Central wasn't. First quarter, quarterback John Whitaker hits Brandon Whitaker for the touchdown, 14-0 Pepperell. Not long after, it's Miguel Martinez. Back to punt, drops it. Pepperell recovers. Nothing going for GC early. 9 minutes left in the second quarter. Brandon Whitaker is in again, and oh boy, the Dragons, they're pulling away. They're up 21-0. Then the nail in the coffin. Brandon Whitaker back for more. You're not catching up with this guy. He is flat out of here. Pepperell, they win in this one, 34-7 in convincing fashion. So there you have it for another great night of highlights, and that'll be it for your Alliance National Bank highlight show. But don't go anywhere because there's plenty more Football Friday night coming up in just a minute, so stick it right here.